There are quite a few abandoned buildings around Birkenhead, and we're looking at something quite simple really. Google Street View and the history that it shows of the Hotel Cali, which used to be the Royal Castle pub, and also some other sites such as where the Central Hotel has been damaged and abandoned, and the houses next to it. So this one is the Hotel Cali and the Revolver bar. So I've just found out that the Revolver bar was sort of separate. So the fire escape staircase is there in this one. So we're looking at the abandonment was 2018, and we've got various dates on Street View here. So this one is just going past abandonment. They've now moved to Molly's Chambers, so you can see the decline already. You can see some smashed windows in 2019, a year after their final gig, which was a night for the staff, etc., and their favourite patrons on May 2018. Look at the state of it now in 2020. So we're looking through Street View at this view of the north end of the Hotel Cali building through the 2020s as it continues to decline. So look there, 2023, we now see that the window frame is hanging out. This fire escape staircase has actually remained. There it is, look at the state of the window now. That was 2024. But on the other side it actually hasn't. So here we see the sort of devastation of the front now. 2008, we'd now flash back to just seeing it as a normal pub, and you can see the history is there. You can see Royal Castle Hotel, Royal Castle. It was the Hotel Cali and Revolver at this time. Revolver was more of a nightclub. I think it was the rock and metal bar, and Hotel Cali was the sort of pub section. But they've left the signs of Royal Castle, so now we're seeing it through the Thames. Things took a bit of a decline, and at some point they decided to abandon the building and move to Molly's Chambers. Maybe it was becoming too expensive to maintain, but it is a rather grand building, as you can see. And there's quite a lot of facets to it. It's on 3 floors. Ground floor, well, it's actually 4 if you count the cellar. First floor, as it's called, on the second floor. And if you actually look at what's happened towards 2024 and 2025, there's almost nothing left of the top floor in particular. And that was also because of the, this is now a little bit post-abandonment, but it was also because somebody from Birkenhead, I think it was, actually did go in and commit arson to this and the Central Hotel. It destroyed a lot of the floor. You can see there in August 2019, we've actually just jumped from 18 to 19. Now we can see the post-fire damage. It's actually burnt out the staircase, so you can't go between the first and second floors anymore. So you can now see the decline. There's some scaffolding around it. So this is a fascinating feature on Google Street View. Since they started doing it in the UK in 2008, we can just see how history has changed in some places as it's building up quite a historical record. So you can see that most windows are smashed. There's still some glass in that pane in the bottom left right there, and yes, we can see this. So this is over the lockdown period 2020. Urban explorers going in and out. 2021, and it's just getting worse and worse, isn't it? So you can actually see the state of some of the living quarters that used to be a hotel, and urban explorers have gone in and saw there was actually a few things left there. The kitchen was sort of fairly intact. God, look at the state of it now. The 2022, a year on. I think at this point, most of the roof had fallen in because of the fire, and the top floor didn't have very much left. 2024, just waiting for that to get into better resolution. And you can see also, so a lot of those rooms went down to floorboards. The kitchen had fallen in by this stage. It looked like the upper rooms in the Queen Vic, and then you could see also in one of the other Urban Explorer video, I think it was 22 and 23, we can see even more has fallen in 25 there, can't you? There was purple in one of the bedrooms, and you could just sort of see, and it was just down to the floorboards. Very eerie. This is an interesting one here. So this is a view from May 2025. You can see there's like a door to nowhere, and there you can see the fire escape staircase was there. So we go back to 2008 when it was actually just a pub and the music bar. And you know, it was now split between Hotel Cali and Revolver. It wasn't. I actually kind of assumed, not really knowing the history, that it was like a rebranding between the two, but it was actually two separate sort of places. You had to pay to enter the Revolver, free if you went into the pub before 10 o'clock. So you can see now there's a bit of decline. The change in ownership changed things, apparently, maybe a little bit. So there's one interesting thing here, is that outer fire escape does disappear. So somebody must have pulled it down. And it lasts quite a bit of time into the abandonment. So October 2018, that view there, it was into abandonment. July 2019, that was obviously before the arson. See, the building really does look salvageable at this point. But because of what happened in 2019 with the arson attack, so it becomes less and less salvageable, obviously. So that fire escape staircase is still there in 2021, and there you go, August 2022, it has gone. So someone's obviously made the decision to take it down, maybe because it literally leads to a room that had fallen in, and they considered it dangerous, so they actually took it off. I guess I'm not sure who would have done it, but that must have been the reason behind it, surely. But the one on the north side, rather than the south side here, does remain. So we know it's 22 when they took it off, based on that. That's very interesting. And it's getting more and more overgrown. So this video is going to look at some of the other places as well in Birkenhead, just the central hotel area in particular. God, we've still got that's another interesting one there. We've still got an actual table for the beer garden. Was that 22? We were sort of in the car park, where then in 25 it's gone, or actually it was there in 20 and somebody put it there. No, it doesn't make sense, does it? 25, yeah, you can see now most of the roof's gone. And yeah, somebody must have got up on that fire escape staircase to do that graffiti. I think at this point I'm going to see when the graffiti appeared. So that was not there. Well, there you go. That graffiti appeared sometime between 2019 and 21. And I think that was the point of me zooming in and out there on that. Well, there you can see what should have been there. It looks like a rough looking door anyway, doesn't it? And then the Hotel California sign. So if you're wondering where this is, it is right by the Cammell Laird factory on a roundabout where you've got the Rock Retail Park with Wickes and McDonald's and all that. And then you've got Green Lane going up there, and you can actually see. Actually, just as I happen to start talking about it, that's showing you a little bit of that on the video, which is simply going round Street View. Now we're going round the sort of back, which is the side, and you can see the devastation there, that most of the roof has fallen in. And there it is in 2008. It kind of looks more of a rougher looking building from this side, and with smaller windows and things. And you can see kind of like what was going on in the back there. There was like a covered sort of, it was like a beer garden. It was a place where bands played in the sort of a conservatory. There were actually two places. There was the stage in the main bar, and there was also one sort of out the back a bit more. And then they also, and that was a second place that bands played. Apparently that was more rock and metal there. There were a lot of tribute bands on as well. Perhaps more of them in the main bar. And there was quite a lot done with the outside as well, like, you know, barbecue events and things like that. God, look at that. That's just flipped now between 2018 and 19, and we actually see the devastation caused by the arson in 2019. The same person also did it to the Central Hotel in the same year, and he was found out for doing it as well. He did get caught. So yeah, you can see it right now. 2018. They've already boarded the windows up there, so it's like it must have been quite rough upstairs. That's interesting. And they go back to 16, and they hadn't boarded it, so it was like the decline was setting in before they decided to move out in this final gig in 18. So you can actually see some of the changes there before it even the actual time of abandonment, because I think the advertisement for the final gig was May 2018. God, just look at it now, like devastated. Then the advertising thing went up then as well. So you can really see that not much remains. So you got more remaining of the first floor, but it actually does a lot to fall in there. And then almost nothing remaining of the second floor and no staircase access, like it's totally open to the elements. And then many of the rooms were below there, and of course where the second stage was, that had also fallen completely through as well, like no roof. So it's like it was just an outside, so almost transformed itself back into an outside courtyard. Another interesting little change I noticed is the aerial fell finally in, I think that's what I've picked up on there in this. It finally fell in 23, oh no, 22. So some heavy winds, of course. Oh, so there you go. 19, the terrestrial TV aerial had fallen between 19 and 2020 there over lockdown. I don't think they bothered to go and get that fixed, did they? A little aerial pointed at, I don't even know which mast it's pointed at, the Staunton transmitter. So they might have used that for a bit of sport or something. I'm not sure what they would have received, or it was just, of course it was just for them living there. Wow, look at that. And then it's just like, oh, there's nothing in them windows. It's just literally, the rooms are open to the elements now. It's like just more bricks behind the window. I mean, that's just crazy. Looks like that chimney's still in good condition though, and everything around it isn't. Like the bricks are pretty solid. It's quite a solid building. It stands up to it really quite well when you consider. Anyway, we're now leaving the Hotel Cali ex-Royal Castle. I didn't say that it was actually built in 1870, that it was a hotel at one point, but as the name suggests, lots of workers from the Cammell Laird went there. It was obviously right by the factory, and it was also legendary for, it fed them at all hours, like even through the night at one point. Legendary also for Sunday lunches apparently. So now we have the Central Hotel, which was open until 2012. I think it was abandoned in 13, and since then it's been left like that. Some urban explorers have also seen inside it, and so now we can see some of the transformation, given that also here Google Street View does go back to 2008. So there it is, open still in 2012, and this was to be its last year, and they were advertising Christmas bookings in one of the pictures here. So this hotel does go back a long way as well. Like there's a long history for this hotel, just as there was the other building we've been to. It's on the main roundabout in Birkenhead that you come over the flyover. You've got Birkenhead Central Station there. So it looks like it's scheduled for demolition at some point, but it hasn't happened yet, and it has been left a good number of years, hasn't it? So I think it's really unstable in the upper floors now, but people have sort of accessed the bottom floors. Well, this is also interesting next to it, that the same decline has happened to this place next to it as well, which is actually like, it's a group of, like, there's actually flats here, but there was also a barber's at one point, as you can see, even as recently as the 10s decade it was, and it goes back many decades before it as a barber's. And I think it must have been because of Crescent Chambers, it was actually some sort of solicitor's office or something like that. And the building next to it has remained, but you can see that this lasted until the 10s as normal buildings attached to the Central Hotel, probably doesn't go between them. So they were letting out that flat. It must have been quite a small flat there. Still be good these days though, when you can't get anything. And then again, between 18 and 19's the same date, there was an arson attack. It must have been abandoned, kind of almost the same timeline as the abandonment of the Cali as well, which is interesting. But these are actually quite nice buildings. They could be restored into something a little bit pokey maybe, but they were quite well made with the Crescent Chambers. So there you see it going into the 20s decade. It's utterly devastated now. Like there's not even any glass or anything, or like window frame or anything and the roof is totally through. And when a roof is through on a building, it's really in danger, because that's when it really does decline after that. So you obviously be able to sort of poke into side. I think there's been more holes punched in it now, even after these pictures were taken. I don't think there's access to the Central Hotel through it, unless the wall's been put through, which it might have been. I don't know. This bit part of the end of that row of the building is still occupied right now, so at least that is still going, and the abandonment doesn't actually affect there even as 2025. I think it's even the same tenant, I guess it must be, Premier Care, as 25, because that's what when I went past I saw that. So at the back here, it looks kind of forlorn now, doesn't it, in 25? But look at it; it actually looks fairly neat and tidy in this 2008 image we've just gone back to. The back of these buildings and Central Hotel there, as you can see, there's a little road there that takes you to the start of the shopping area, Grange, the Grange pavement and all that, and the pyramids up there. And so now we can see what it did. Yeah, after 18, oh yes, it's all boards at the back of the windows. 22, yeah, doesn't look like much there, does it? It looks like it's almost okay, but it couldn't be. There's board in the window there. 23, so it's all, and you can see, oh yes, you can see the devastation there at the end of the row, like the parts of the roof missing, the window completely, like no frame in it, and that looks really quite eerie now, doesn't it? The back of there. I guess this is going to get demolished. It's part of the regeneration area of Birkenhead as well. I don't think the Hotel Cali's in like the vision for 2040. So I'm not sure where I'm going now actually. This is just going to show you the view of it from, I think there's, I know what we're doing now, yeah. You can actually see it from another position. This is now going to take you to where Molly's Chambers has gone. So I think quite a few of the people who went to Hotel Cali and all that now go to this new bar instead. So going up Argyle Street towards the sort of road that takes you to Four Bridges and all of that, you can actually go down this one called Bridge Street. It's against a one-way if you're in the car though, and you'll then find a smaller building but still quite a good pub, and it's kind of done in the same irreverent sort of style, slightly the slightly bohemian atmosphere of the Hotel Cali there. You can see some of the things that were there, and yeah, that's interesting to just go back to 2009. It was just like another pub, and they've taken it over, called the Old Colonial. Looks like it was that all through the 10s until they moved in, which would have obviously been in 18 because that's when they left the Hotel Cali building. So you can see that now. And yeah, Old Colonial, just like that. And it's obviously a lot smaller, but they have gigs in there. I think there's a bit of a beer garden still, but there were bigger grounds in the Hotel Cali, which was surrounded by a roundabout, but that made it more unique. So just having a look there, yeah, Krombacher, original import from Germany. Definitely smaller overall, the whole thing, but it's not bad. Still not a bad size for a pub and a music bar, and it's in a good position as well for the live music. Just like I don't think there'd be much noise complaints around a busy roundabout. So yeah, that's it for the Hotel Cali. So that's really just a tour that we've just done, just using Google Street View and its history of Hotel Cali, the Central Hotel, and the now devastated buildings of Clifton Crescent, which are built right onto the side of it. Look. So yes, this is the abandoned Cali Hotel. And I've got quite a lot of things in the car at the moment, so I don't really want to spend too much time. I'm chickening out of maybe going in and doing a proper explore that people have done. But look, you can see how it's just been left to be, and there's even a satellite dish with a hanging LMB. So it's just crazy, isn't it? And it was abandoned from 2018 where it was open till then, and they've now moved to somewhere in Argyle Street or somewhere near there. And it was a sort of nightclub, and you can see it's just kind of been left the way it is for this long. So wow, isn't it? So there's even more of an overview there, and there's footage from inside, but so again I can't really here at the Hotel Cali, yeah, you can actually look at the rather eerie Google Street View history of this place, and how there used to be a staircase coming down the side until about 22, after the abandonment and after lockdown and all that. And I'm thinking maybe they did take it down because it granted easy access to up there. This side staircase that would have been a fire escape has now gone. So there you go.
So this is the abandoned Cali again. It just looks like this. Very eerie when you check the Google Street View history of it. But I've had to come over this island of the A41 because it's literally in the middle of a roundabout. You can see that most of the building's standing, except that there's been large things falling apart inside. Fiddly crossing, more dangerous crossing the road than getting in there, in a way. It's got these, yeah, and it's definitely not really possible to access the top floors, particularly. So you can see that. So there you go, just look at it. It used to be a spot, you know, live music, rock music. I'm not sure if it did dance music, DJs, but it certainly was open as the Hotel Cali between 2004 and 2018. Before that, there was a pub known as the Royal Castle. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're in.
It's seen plenty of action.
I know.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is a bit like the asylum. It was just absolutely.
Hope it's not too much asbestos in here. Oh, yeah. No, don't cover your mouth a bit. Oh, yeah, it's seen a lot of action, yeah.
I think it's just fire damage.
Yeah, someone did it in 2019. So, wow, God, it's so musty in here.
No, it's just the smell.
I'll be careful. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the printer sort of building. Oh, wow.
Asbestos is only bad if it's aggravated.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's probably aggravated itself, but...
It's just the smell. Well, that probably won't be anything.
Oh, wow, this is the former bar area and for a little bit of where they used to play play things, make sure we're not missing any angle. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Wow. And then up there, it's so easy to access because I was trying to get into Bromborough power stations and there's a bit of a fence. I mean, that could be something for us, but you need a small ladder. It's just, you know, not. I'll just get everything, yeah. I'll just. Wow. I mean, just think of all that used to happen in here. All the music and here's what's left of the stage coming down and.
Are there any old pictures you can find online?
Oh, there are a bit because they had a Facebook. I managed to get into the. Oh, and there's like the edge, sort of the edge of the, you know, where it went to outside again, and oh my lord. Yeah.
No parties anymore?
No. No, there's not. Yeah, so there you go. This is the remains of the Hotel Cali. I think I've been very careful. Just going in a few. Oh wow, here's the bar area. Oh my lord. Long live the Cali. And then it leads to the outside. Yeah, it is. There's not even wall-to-wall floors in here. Yeah, it is. Right, I won't do too much more than. This is scary. Alright. Fuck's sake, man. Fuck. Pull the door. That's a bit, please. Oh. Jesus Christ. Was stood here, yeah. Literally in the video, and you don't want to take a shot. You'd have to say, oh, what, in the hospital while you were there, you know. So you'd say, oh, I fell through the floor of an abandoned building. Okay.
In the asylum.
It might hold up, but you're not going to know that. Oh yeah, in the asylum.
In the asylum, there was these big buildings. I don't know what they were. They were part of the
yeah.
The outer sort of buildings, big sort of
yeah.
oblong shape with floors. And if you walked up the stairs to the second, like, first floor, there were holes in the floor going down, and if you fell, you would.
That was it. Yeah.
Unbelievable. The state of it. But
and we're just looking through to the outside now. We've got Cammell Laird's, and this is kind of the ruined bar area. Just it literally is that. So that's. So yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just insanity. 2004 to 2018 was when the Hotel Cali was open, and then it was the Royal Castle before that. This is a door. I don't know if there'd be a way through there, you know, like as well, because it's like a and the ruined stores. This would be what you're treading on. It might not fall through actually, but it's a risky one, isn't it? So. And there's the bar of the bar seats. Everything's very musty, as you can imagine it being. It's insane. I'll brave it a little bit, shall I? Ladies in here. Totally ruined toilet, just utterly. So there you go. You've got this as well, but so you know. And there's the other one there. Oh, and it kind of leads just straight out to this again. So. I wonder if my nerves going. I'm not feeling too bad, like so. It's like I'm just concentrating, getting like. Yeah, he did look down here. He didn't venture down there. He looked.
Yeah.
Well, there's the stairs that are still okay.
Yeah. They'll all be concrete anyway. Concrete.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 'Cause that's you.
Yeah, I think.
So you've had an experience as well. It's hard to get the lighting right in months. I don't know, it's just,
These weeds as well, I mean,
yeah.
grow like bloody trees, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's like the old farm I used to go to. It everything grew up like that, and it was still inhabited. They just abandoned the buildings, you know.
There's a woman next door but one, and she's got weeds growing in her backyard. And I don't think she has any intention of trying to like.
I suppose it is a lot of work though. That, you know, some people can't maintain it all, you know.
She's let them grow too far now. They've just turned into it.
And I've only got. I'm just trying to keep my head straight now to see what we could briefly get, and we'll start going out. See the car's all right, I suppose. So yeah, this is also this area now is kind of the. So I think bands played here as well, and that was the stage, and that's been mentioned. And yeah, it's God. It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Really. But it was also a very grand building because it went up this amount of floors. We haven't tried to test the floor because another urban explorer hasn't done that. You could fall through it, and it's quite easy to access. You just climb over a few things, and then you're in this area. Here's the bar. I'll just briefly do it now. Where it used to be, in the stairs. Let's just. Yeah. So you come in here. You've got all that in this room. All that, the ruined bar, and then you have these stairs, which again, I'll be careful on it, just going into the wall as I do it. So let me just, yeah, I don't want to see. It doesn't feel too bad. It feels a bit, feels a little bit, but as you can see what that's like. So you can really definitely see what that's like. So good grief. Long live the Cali.